Hello, my name is Sam Arnott, and on behalf of Section 3, Team 7, I will be presenting Bento Buddy Bento Box Meal Solution. And this is for our Week 6 Team Assignment 1, Designing a Viable Business Model. So first, what is Bento Buddy? So Bento Buddy is going to deliver affordable, healthy, and convenient meals without compromise. Unlike most food businesses and companies, we're going to be offering all three by keeping overhead low and margins modest and making quality nutrition accessible to all of our customers. As for innovation, we have our innovation context, which is consumers demanding food that is healthy, affordable, and convenient. Our primary focus of innovation is going to be operational efficiency that lowers costs without sacrificing that quality or convenience for getting that food. And lastly, our business model, we have direct-to-consumer, subscription and meal bundle options, and as well, we're going to be community-focused. So how about for the target job that's not getting done well? Right now, busy, healthy, conscious individuals are struggling to find meals that are nutritious, affordable, and truly convenient. Fast food, it's cheap and convenient, but most options, if not all options, are very unhealthy. Meal kits, sure, they're healthy, but they're pretty inconvenient and they get very expensive. Cafes and salad bars, they're healthy. They are inconvenient since, it requires individuals to go to the salad bars and they end up getting pretty expensive. And lastly, grocery stores, they are cheap, they are healthy, but at the end of the day, they are inconvenient because, people are busy. So as for our design, so we have our key partners who are going to be our suppliers and franchisees. Key activities is going to be production. And for our key resources, physical and human, and I would say most importantly, our value propositions, touching base on that convenience, affordability, and that food is going to be healthy. In terms of our customer relationships, user-friendly website, and for our channels, we're going to be direct, indirect, and we're also going to have our own stores. As for the customer segments, it is mass market. And then for our cost structure, we're going to have those variable costs, our fixed costs, cost-driven economies of scale, and our revenue streams. As well our design as well, in terms of where the money's going and where the money's coming in. Our food products are going to be going to our customers, and we're going to be, getting money back for our products and services. Franchisees, they will be getting that brand and infrastructure, while we're going to be receiving those franchise fees. And, in terms of where our money is going to be going to, in terms of operational costs, we have our suppliers, we have our startup costs, we have our rent, we have our payroll for our employees. But most importantly, for our suppliers, we're going to get our ingredients to provide and produce those important meals for our customers. As for customer segments, we're going to recap everything from the initial design. Mass market. So our products and services are intended to appeal to all customer types. Busy, families, children. Mass market, anyone can go in there, pick a meal, and enjoy. As for our value propositions, 1, convenience. So Bento Buddy is going to aim at having a similar turnaround time as Subway and Chipotle restaurants, where individuals can go in, select what they want to eat, build a bento box, and walk out the door in a very timely manner. Affordability. We're going to be aiming to have those prices similar to fast casual establishments, $10 to $12 a bento box. That's pretty good considering you're going to have a full meal, good portion, and it's all going to be very healthy and nutritional. Again, for our value propositions, they're going to be healthy. They're all going to be prepared with fresh, whole food ingredients, and the bento boxes are going to be designed and assisted by actual nutritionists. So to fulfill our value proposition, we're going to ensure that we're going to have low overhead, minimal staff, no dine-in access, easy batch prep ingredients. So basic foods in terms of 1 ingredient, rice, raw vegetables, raw fish. And for that minimum staff as well, no cashiers, digital order only. modest profit margins, nutrients, and just, again, keeping convenience at the top of our values. For our channels, again, direct sales. These sales are going to be made directly to the customer from our retail locations. In addition to indirect sales, customers that can order these meals online and pick up at any time that they specify. And lastly, our own stores. We're going to have an in-house sales force in which employees are directly employed to that specific store and establishment. Customer relationships. We are going to have that online presence and a strong digital presence, really, to connect with our customers and for them to be able to order their meals online and then be available for pickup. Revenue streams. So our asset sales. These profits are going to be made direct from the sales of our food merchandise and our bento boxes. As for our key resources, we're going to have physical retail space. We're going to have kitchen materials. We're going to have tools. We're going to need those ingredients to actually make our bento boxes. All these resources, these physical resources, are required for any restaurant establishment, and specifically for Bento Buddy, because we are going to need a retail space. We're going to need to make sure that we have the materials and tools necessary to prepare these boxes and these fresh ingredients, which, may I add, are going to be local. So we're going to be bringing in local food and ingredients and ensure that our quality is top notch in providing our customers a healthy, nutritional meal. Again, with key resources, human resources. Our stores are going to require human assets in the form of kitchen staff to prepare orders. While we're going to have the convenience of people going in, picking out their food, building that bento box, or even having a pre-prepared bento box, we need to have people in store ready to answer questions, provide service, and to ensure that really our knowledge and expertise in nutrition will be able to be shared and expressed through our business and through our human staff. Key activities. Production. Our primary business activity is the production of meals for the customer. Production. We're going to have those meals prepared, on the shelves, prepared to go. Key partnerships. Main one's going to be our suppliers. We're going to need to maintain a very close relationship to be able to, ensure that our meals are made with local fresh food and ensure that our prices are low and on time delivery for these goods to go to our stores. Ensuring low prices will ensure that we are able to make a profit margin based or off of these, whole food ingredients in our meals. Another key partnership is going to be our franchisees. So if and when Bento Buddy expands its operations beyond a handful of stores, we're going to make sure that a franchise plan is written up, prepared, so that it can be implemented to leverage and expedite future growth. For our cost structure, variable costs. Bento Buddy is going to experience variations in seasonal food costs as one of our primary expenses. As we know, even when we go to the grocery stores, some foods are available and some are more expensive than other times of the year. So that's most certainly a variable cost to Bento Buddy, is the availability and price fluctuations of our ingredients. For our fixed costs, well, we're going to have our fixed costs in the form of, kitchen-related tools and our monthly rent. There are tools and materials and equipment that we need, and they are going to be a fixed cost, and no matter what, we are going to have to pay for those tools and equipment, as well as our monthly rent. Another cost structure, cost-driven. Bento Buddy is going to be focusing on minimizing costs whenever possible to ensure that we're competitively priced with Subway, Chipotle, and other establishments that, are well into the game. And lastly, for our cost structure, economies of scale. We're going to be using low overhead per location, and Bento Buddy is going to specifically aim to leverage these economies of scale in our food costs to provide high quality products at an affordable price. So let's bring Bento Buddy to life. Investor stakeholders, what we're asking for: seed funding to launch operations and marketing, executive champion support to refine strategy and accelerate our growth in partnerships or pilot opportunities within your networks. Thank you, and on behalf of our team, we look forward to bringing BentoBuddy to life.